Okay, so welcome to the Comfort Cartoons Archive, the show where I will be adding up every single item from the Comfort Cartoons collection here in the Cartoon Cavern, adding them all up to our Nickelodeon and Spongebob counter to slowly document and add every single item to this virtual museum slash archive that I call the Comfort Cartoons Archive. And today we'll be adding one new item to our Spongebob counter and also to our Nickelodeon counter, and that is because we are adding in Funko Pop number 27, Squidward Tentacles, or just Squidward based off of the box. The only character that got their full name was SpongeBob. The rest of them just got their first name, and then Mr. Krabs, he just got, well, Mr. Krabs. No Eugene, no Krabs, just Mr. Krabs. But we have Squidward right here, and we'll be checking him out in and out of the box. You can see he is doing the thing. So we have also our Squidward doing the thing counter as well, which is a documentation of all the different times through our history of SpongeBob products that we can add up here that a Squidward has done this particular pose on them, possibly the most used style guide image in SpongeBob or Nickelodeon history, and we love it. And what I love about him doing the thing is that he's not even doing the thing on the actual image here. Like if you look at the Funko Pop, the glam shot here of Squidward, he is not even doing the same face that he's doing here. If you look at the Patrick Funko Pop, he's making the same face across both of them, but on this one he's not doing the same thing on both designs, which I've always thought is just an interesting thing. Steven Hillenburg, when designing Squidward, was kind of trying to make him the curmudgeon of the group. Essentially, the relationship of SpongeBob and Squidward was to be Dennis the Menace and Mr. Wilson. He has very Mr. Wilson body language here, just saying, oh please, and I am not ready to put up with anything. We're not going to go over the box too much. We've already covered over Patrick and SpongeBob on this set list, but if you want to hear me talk more about the box details, go watch the SpongeBob one. I go into that a little bit more in depth. But of the box on this one, we have the yellow background here, because again, this is 2012 in the yellow label era. On the side there, you've got Squidward again, kind of doing the thing, you know. I think in this he looks more disappointed and like angry and upset, whereas this he kind of just looks more shocked that he got a Funko Pop. He's got the blue background there, the little bubble over here, and then on the back here, the whole SpongeBob line, including from SpongeBob all the way down to Mr. Krabs. And this is the only box that I have like this. If you look on the back of Patrick, SpongeBob's eyes are black and Mr. Krabs' eyes have a pupil. If you look on the back of the SpongeBob Pop, same thing. I look at Mr. Krabs, same thing. Sandy, same thing. And I have heard from other people that that could be a sign that the box is fake or that it's a fake Funko Pop. Passed through my hands have been a few fake Funko Pops in the past, and nothing about this pop gives me like a fake vibe at all. You'll notice there is just some inconsistencies among the boxes that I think is just kind of what happened with the releases. And what I mean by that is, for example, here you have the SpongeBob with the blue eyes and again the no pupil Mr. Krabs. I have seen other pops, whether it be the Sandy one or the Mr. Krabs one with that same error on there. I think that this was just an earlier releasal of the pop. It had this issue where SpongeBob at one point was designed to have blue eyes and they changed it. And I think Mr. Krabs was just a glitch because they used these early images on the back. And then I think they made it to this version right here where they released it with the corrected eyes, and then Mr. Krabs' eye is blacked out again. But you'll notice on this one, it's missing all the cautions and warnings that you get on the other one. So there's just some inconsistencies. Like if you look at the cautions down here, the 5 years or younger choking hazard, you don't have that on the SpongeBob one, which is 100% legitimate too. It was the first one I got of this line. So there's just some inconsistencies among them, and I think because they're older Funko Pops, there was just less of a quality control, and some were done in Taiwan and some were done in China. And I wanted to talk about that because the Squidward one is the only one I'll have an opportunity to kind of speak about that, because like I said, for the most part they all are kind of the same here. Like the SpongeBob, the Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and also Sandy are pretty much the same. But like I said, the SpongeBob one and a few other SpongeBob like ones from the early lines are missing those warnings down there. And then again, the Squidward is the only one I have that kind of has this. So I couldn't tell you which one came first, the chicken, the egg, the squid, the sponge, but nonetheless, I'm covering it. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and pop him open. So there we have him out of the box there in his plastic protector. And if we take a look at the Squidward Pop himself, and as you can see on the bottom here, it has all of his information, including the 2012 Viacom logo, as well as the Funko one is there as well too. And he is there doing his thing. Very, very cute. You know, and of course, you know, Squidward has all the forehead wrinkles from just having some stress. Then on top here, you have those liver spots, or I guess just some kind of dots to give him more of like a octopus type of texture. And of course, he has 6 tentacles, being the only octopus with 6 tentacles. And then there's the back of him as well. Very, very smooth, clean. You can see they did the detailing inside of his actual actual suction cups, and you'll notice they have the purple design on them as well too. So 360 all the way around, you'll see that. Just really nice job overall. And I think of this line, I spoke about how the Patrick one is not my favorite because of the way that his proportions look, but I think Squidward is pretty spot on. I'd say all of them came out pretty amazing, but giving the Squidward's eyes are such an identifiable factor of his character, them being subtracted with the all black Funko Pop eyes and it's still working as good as it does, I commend that in itself. And all the pops in this line, because they're older ones, just kind of have the arms straight outward, kind of like typical Funko Pops where they just kind of have their arms out, where Squidward is one of the few that kind of has his arms at the side because of course he's doing his thing. So let's take a look at him next to his box here. Okay, and there we have Squidward right there with his box, really clean. And if you put that next to Spongebob, fits in perfectly with him. Of course, Squidward is typically taller than Spongebob, which is something I think they probably would have done differently now, but he does look like he belongs in the same universe, you know, whereas Patrick kind of looks a little far off comparatively to the rest of the ones in this set. So I think Squidward looks amazing, and I'm glad that we got to add him here on the archive. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me know whose pop do you think looks the best of the Conch Street trio, Spongebob, Patrick, and Squidward. Stay tuned and subscribe. We're gonna be covering Mr. Krabs and Sandy coming up here in a little bit. And not just that, make sure you guys hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. It helps these videos get out there so other fans and collectors just like us can get to see them. And if you guys want to support the show further, go check out the Patreon where you can join and get extended versions and early releases of videos, including the ones on Comfort Cartoons, my main Nickelodeon and cartoon collecting channel, where we collect all the stuff that you see here on the archive. And if you haven't checked that out already, go check out that channel. It's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's where everything here comes from, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And on that note, I hope all of you beautiful people have an amazing rest of your night. Just know I appreciate every single one of you guys so much, and have a good day. Like I said, good night, good day, whatever time of the day you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next video here on the archive. Bloop.